ToRaH Garden, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation. Shalom, shalom, mishpoka. Again, we bring you greetings in the name of YAHUSHA, HaMashiach, and our Father, Yahudah, TESBA'OTH. We are in the Outer Banks. You can see right there, somebody burnt one down. But we're in the Outer Banks, Florida. I mean, South Carolina, not Florida, South Carolina. And, you know, we're getting ready to do some fishing, some surf fishing. But you know, it bears necessity to continue to reiterate to you the importance of the RUACH HaKodesh. I don't know about what anyone else is declaring, but I know that Yahudah has put on me the urgency of communicating to his people their need to know that they have the RUACH HaKodesh, right? And the RUACH HaKodesh, again, is essential for your Yeshua. It's for obtaining of the inheritance. It's Yahuwah's down payment to you. All of this can be found in Ephesians, the 1st chapter. We who have been made a part of the beloved, because we received the Besorah of Yahushua HaMashiach. We received the atonement for our sins, and because we did so, you know, and have received the RUACH HaKodesh, because he said the RUACH of truth, which we've received, right? And the RUACH of truth is something that you have to ask for. Yahushua said it in the Gospels, or in the Besorahs. I think it's Luke. I think it's, or Mark. Well, anyway, he said that, how much more shall the Father give the RUACH HaKodesh to those who ask for it, right? You have to ask for the RUACH HaKodesh. It's a gift. You can't assume that you have it. You have to make a request for it, right? Yahushua knew the urgency of his disciples having to receive it, right? So he taught them, right? He had them experience the RUACH HaKodesh even before they received it on the day of Pentecost. The RUACH HaKodesh was what solidified them, what sealed them, which made them else, right? Because it is the RUACH of Yahudah and the RUACH of Yahusha in you, right? Yahushua told the Pharisees that, you know, you got upset with me because I make myself out to be one with Eluah, right? But did not he say, and ye are gods, you are elves? And how as elves, we are elves for the purpose of reaching our brethren and establishing the kingdom of Eluah. Yahudah put his RUACH HaKodesh on Dawid to establish his kingdom. He put his RUACH on Samson to establish his kingdom, to defeat his enemies, the enemies of Yashar'el. You know, he put his RUACH on Gideon, right, to establish his kingdom. The purpose of his putting his RUACH HaKodesh on them, establishing them as elves in the earth, was because it was to advance his kingdom. We are elves now by faith, emunah, in what he has said. we never seen Yahushua HaMashiach. We never had the opportunity to witness Yahushua HaMashiach in the flesh, like the disciples did. And everybody after that, maybe some of those who were at the day of Pentecost that received the witness had maybe seen Yahushua before, heard his message, right? Because again, he was preaching his Besorah, the ToRaH of truth, throughout Galilee and all of Israel. Listen, so it was imperative that they understand the need of receiving the Ruach HaKodesh. You have to have the Ruach HaKodesh. You will never be an El of Yahuwah without the Ruach HaKodesh. You have to release your emunah in the Ruach HaKodesh like you released your emunah in his salvation and his work in the Besorah, his word, his ToRaH of truth. Like you have to release your faith in that, right? Salvation is the same release of faith. You have to release it and receive the Ruach HaKodesh. The Ruach HaKodesh is a comforter, but it's more than just a comforter. It is the power, the Ruach of Yahuwah and Aluah in you. It is what makes you Els. That's why the devil don't prevail against you. If you have emunah and recognize that you are El, no weapon formed against you can prosper. Because you're an El. And because you recognize Yahuwah and Yahusha in you. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You recognize that because you're an El. Beloved, now are we the sons of Aluah. It does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. That's the inheritance, right? That's the inheritance. The inheritance is walking in eternal life, having received the fullness of the Ruach HaKodesh. But the Ruach HaKodesh which you have now is enough to seal you. It is enough for Yahuwah to use you to reach your brethren and bring about the message of Yeshua to them. It's enough, right? The fullness is going to come, right? And with each Ruachal experience, Yahuwah elevates you in him. You have to know that Yahusha is in you. You have to know Yahuwah is in you. You have to know by virtue of them taking up residency in you that you now become an El. You have to understand that. You got to grasp that concept. I am Yaakov Yahudah Gaal. I am Gaal because he has placed his Ruach HaKodesh in me. He has made me a kinsman redeemer. He has made me an avenger. He has made me a guardian because he has put his Ruach HaKodesh in me. I can guard the ToRaH of truth because the Ruach HaKodesh is going to give me clarity. It's going to give me understanding. That's why I don't need a letter. I don't need a letter. I just need the Ruach HaKodesh, right? I don't need a letter. I need the Ruach HaKodesh. The Ruach HaKodesh is what's going to lead me and guide me in all truth. And listen, I don't need a cemetery. I don't need that. All I need is the Ruach HaKodesh. It's going to lead me and guide me into all truth. Sure, it's good to be able to explore historical information, but to come up with ideologies and philosophies and doctrines of men because I can read and apply some mental assent to something that I read and come up with my own idea of what it represents and means. No, that's not Ruachal. That's not Ruachal at all. The Ruach HaKodesh will call things to your remembrance that you've read that are necessary to be expounded on in order for someone to receive Yeshua. That's what that's about, right? I mean, even the pursuit of knowledge, right? The pursuit of knowledge is good, but the Ruach HaKodesh is better. Oh yeah, the Ruach HaKodesh is better. Because the Ruach HaKodesh could bring information to you, right? And it could deliver it from you by the Ruach. And you don't even know how you got it. You don't even know where it came from, right? Yahuwah will bring things to your remembrance. He'll cause you to be able to speak on things that were in the Basura that you read years ago, that now he's calling to your remembrance for the purpose of delivering a word that's going to bring Yeshua, right? You got to have the Ruach HaKodesh. You got to have the Ruach HaKodesh. You can't rely on your understanding. You can't rely on your understanding. You can't rely on your interpretation. You can't rely on none of that. You have to know by the Ruach HaKodesh that the Ruach HaKodesh is speaking through you. And if you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh, you need to shut up. You need to shut up. You need to be quiet and not say anything, because you are going to be held accountable to Yahuwah for all those that you have caused to stumble to error from the truth. All of those that you have caused to stumble or error and walk away from Hamashiach, all of them, you are going to be held accountable, because you went on and you moved and you did what you did without having the Ruach HaKodesh. Ruach HaKodesh. You are else with the Ruach HaKodesh, because his Ruach lives in you, and he's an El. He is El Elyon. He is El Shaddai. Yahusha is Yahusha. He is Yah, salvation. He's an El. His father is an El. And everyone he puts his Ruach into, they become Els. As they receive his Basura by faith, and they receive his Ruach HaKodesh by faith. It's all about trusting Yahuwah. I'm an El. I'm not to be worshipped. I'm not to be anybody's object of worship. I'm an El for the purpose of advancing the kingdom of Yahuwah. Just like in the original covenant, Gideon was an El to advance the kingdom of Yahuwah. Dawid was an El to advance the kingdom of Yahuwah. Gideon was an El to advance the kingdom of Yahuwah. And everyone that brought forth deliverance and a restoration of Yashar'el during and under the original covenant during the time of the prophets, they did so by El's power. They were Els. Elisha and Elijah, Isaiah, prophets were Els. They were used of Yahuwah, right? Given and endowed with power, wisdom, a word of knowledge. That's the Ruach HaKodesh. But he's still giving his Ruach to those who he chooses. And if he's chosen you for Yeshua, salvation, through faith in Hamashiach, he has made available to you, because you are the chosen to receive the Ruach HaKodesh. You just got to receive it with Emunah. Emunah. You have to receive the Ruach HaKodesh with Emunah. You have to. It should be the number one priority. It was Yahusha's number one priority to the disciples. His number one priority to the disciples. After having heard the word of truth, after having received the witness of Yahushua Mashiach's ToRaH and Basura, their number one priority was to receive the Ruach HaKodesh before they do anything else. But to receive the Ruach HaKodesh. And that Ruach will bring an intimacy with you, right? You will hear the voice of Yahuwah and Yahuwah. You know, you will move Ruachly in gifts, right? You will discern by the Ruach HaKodesh, because you will become Els. Have you received the Ruach HaKodesh since you believed? Man of Yah, woman of Yah, this was just a quick word. Yahuwah just wants me to let you know that in order to go on from here, you must be sealed with the Ruach HaKodesh. In order to go on from here, you must receive the Ruach HaKodesh, which is your seal, which is the earnest of your down payment. And you must ask for the Ruach HaKodesh in order to receive it. You just don't throw it on you. You have to put yourself in a place to receive it. And it's an emunah thing. You got to receive it by emunah. And Yahuwah will make manifest his Ruach HaKodesh in you. You will be else. But until you receive the Ruach HaKodesh, you're going to be tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine, by the sleight and cunning and craftiness of men, whereby they lie in wait to trick you, to deceive you, to consume you. But with the Ruach HaKodesh, yeah, the spirit of Yahuwah and Yahuwah in you, Yahusha, and his father, Yahuwah in you. Come on. Ruach HaKodesh. You ain't gonna be tricked. You ain't gonna be deceived. You gonna know when you being manipulated. You gonna know when people are being wicked and crafting devices and all this kind of cunning stuff that they gonna do, because the Ruach HaKodesh is gonna reveal it to you. That's what it does, right? It's a revealer, and you have to receive it by faith. The Ruach HaKodesh. The enemy fears you because of the Ruach HaKodesh in you, right? You are now empowered, right? Because you has established a pattern of obedience with Yahuwah and Yahusha. And when you say something in the name of Yahusha Hamashiach, it's like Yahuwah saying it. It's like Yahusha saying it. Because the Ruach of him is in you. Yeah, so demons flee. They recognize you as El now. When you recognize that you need the Ruach HaKodesh, and once you receive it, that you are Els. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Yahuwah. Yahuwah, I give you praise that I am. I'm an El. I am an El. I am an El. I am of the royal priesthood. I am of kings. Listen, you have to have the Ruach HaKodesh. Yahuwah, I pray right now that everyone that's under the sound of my voice, that they would hear the word of Yahuwah and receive the Ruach HaKodesh. Hear your word, Yahuwah, and receive your Ruach HaKodesh. I pray that it would bring life and peace to them. Yahuwah, that they recognize because they're Els, and because Yahuwah's Ruach, your Ruach HaKodesh is in them, no weapon turned against them prospers. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Listen. The reason why no weapon formed against you prospers is because you're in him. You're an El. And this is what they didn't want you to know. But I know I'm an El. I'm not here to be worshipped, but I know I have abilities. I'm a Yahuwah's avenger. I'm a part of Yahuwah's Avengers. And my weapon is the ToRaH of truth. Hallelujah. I'm an avenger. Yaakov, Yahudah, Gaal. I'm an avenger. Yeah. I'm an El. Yes. And I believe it. I believe it just like I believe that Yahusha died for my sins. I believe that I'm an El. Yeah, I believe that I'm an El. Because of the Ruach HaKodesh in me. I know that I'm an El. Yeah, I'm an El. Kuras. Shiyebe Yedundira. Yadakura. Manji Kichita. Yakaso Ora. Manga Jita. I know I'm an El. Giku Shishira. Kuraba. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Hallelujah. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, called to greatness. Called to be elves. Men and women of Yahuwah, called to be elves. Women of Yahuwah, beautifully and wonderfully made. You're the beautifulest of all women. All women. You who named the name of Yahuwah. You who have received his Ruach HaKodesh. You who have been made whole. You who have received the Ruach HaKodesh. Stripper? What? Not no more. Lesbian? Not no more. You an L. you Yahuwah's L. Man of Yahuwah? Not no more. No gangster. No thug. No hustler. No whoremonger. Not no more. You who received the Ruach HaKodesh, you're L's. Not no wife beater. No abuser of mankind. No homosexuals. Not no more. The Ruach HaKodesh in you. You is an L. Yes. Man of Yah, woman of Yah. Be blessed today. Walk in the Ruach HaKodesh. And write it down somewhere where you can see it every day. In Yashar'el. Write it down that you shall receive the Ruach HaKodesh. Write it down. And read it all the time until it establishes emunah in your heart. Do whatever it takes, because the hour is going to require it. It's going to demand it. That's why the Yahuwah won't have me stop. He won't have me stop. He won't have me deterred. He has me telling you, you got to receive the Ruach HaKodesh. All right, man of Yah, that's all I got. I got to go fish. Natural fish. Yeah. Surf fish. That I say, shalom, shalom, and shalom. ToRaH garden, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH nation.